MMA community goes off on Herb Dean after UFC Baku. Herb Dean is back at it again, and I don't think he's officiated a fight in the last 3 weeks that hasn't come under scrutiny. Gregor also said in recent interviews that he would be more than willing to face Gaethje. Well, during a recent episode of the Anik and Florian podcast, Anik argued that if McGregor does beat Holloway on July 11th, he would jump to the front of the line for a title shot at 155, even though Arman Tsarukyan is currently at the front of it. Here's what he had to say. But Anik's comments about whether Conor could make 155 pounds at this point in his career, or whether he would even want to, are certainly valid. But if he does move to 2-0 against Holloway and wants to fight for the lightweight belt, there's no doubt the UFC will take a look at that. Sorry, Arman, gotta step aside again. And Justin Gaethje revealed that he will be in attendance for Conor vs. Max, and that he still wants to punch Conor in the face. Check out.
Right now, I feel like I'm gonna fight again. I mean, that's what I feel inside my body, but I haven't made a choice. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens in that fight. Max definitely knocked me out, but I feel like I got that win back with the Ilia Topuria fight. I would love, as I've stated hundreds of times publicly, I would love to punch Conor McGregor in the face. So yeah, I'm excited about that fight. I'm excited to be there and watch it. I mean, there's no doubt he's one of the biggest superstar in the sport, and so fighting a guy like that obviously does great things for me financially and for my legendary status. And
now it's for the co-main event between Shara Bullet and Michel Pereira at UFC Baku. In the first round, Pereira landed a right hand that dropped Shara, and he followed it up with some ground and pound, but the important part was Shara grabbing Michel's hair multiple times, and Herb Dean gave him a hard warning, but didn't take a point. Then in the third round, Shara also eye-poked Pereira during a scramble, but Herb Dean didn't take a point again. Ultimately, Shara got the decision, winning all 3 judges' scorecards 29-28. The MMA community was furious at Herb for not calling the fouls and taking a point, which could have changed the decision of the judges. Here's what they had to say. "Oh, Herb Dean, you didn't help me out either, my friend. You should have given a red card to that pirate over there, and you didn't even give him a yellow. Now it's getting hard to save you." Herb Dean was absolutely atrocious in that fight. Good lord. Herb Dean tells Shara Magomedov that he can't commit any more fouls. Then he commits another foul, poking Pereira in the eye, and doesn't take a point. You might as well just cheat in MMA. Herb Dean is so washed as a ref. He's missing fouls on a weekly basis now. It's brutal. If I'm a UFC fighter, I'm refusing to step into the cage if Herb Dean is my ref. In the last few weeks, he's seen fighters bash each other in the back of the head, pull hair, poke eyes, and all he does is shrug his shoulders. Come on, Herb, do better. Eye poke and 3 hair pulls, 0 points taken. Herb Dean Masterclass. Herb Dean is the worst ref in the sport. 3 fight cards in a row, and he does nothing about fouls. What does a fighter need to do to get a point deduction? Herb Dean needs to be fired. It's getting so bad. In the last 2 weeks, Herb Dean has let fighters smash the back of the head, pull hair, and poke eyes. 0 points taken. And speaking of UFC Baku, how can we not talk about the main event between Rafael Fiziev and Manuel Torres? But Fiziev came through with that nasty wheel kick knockout over Torres in the second round. Gaethje before he battered and stopped Ilia Topuria at UFC Freedom 250. More details revealed on UFC White House attempted attack. We now know that the people who were concerned that an attack could happen at the UFC's White House card were not just paranoid, as more details have been revealed about the failed plot. The plot was stopped when one of the group members, a 19-year-old living at home with his parents, was turned into local police by his folks. Well, now it's being reported that the total number of suspects who have been arrested has reached 8. In a new report from MMA Junkie, it notes that 20-year-old Alexander Iniguez Mercado has been charged with obstructing the federal investigation. According to the allegations, Mercado served as an administrator of a group on the Signal app, which was allegedly used to plan the UFC White House card attack. After he was contacted by the FBI in connection to the investigation, Mercado allegedly denied that he had been planning to go to Washington, D.C., and also allegedly removed the Signal app from his phone. It is scary stuff to hear if you're in his position, no question. But also, what are you even doing to be involved in something like this? After all, almost everyone was predicting Ilia Topuria would beat him at UFC Freedom 250. But now that Gaethje is the undisputed lightweight king, and because he and Conor have traded verbal shots in the past, speculation about them fighting is spiking again.
If Conor McGregor, RJ and Kenny, can beat Max Holloway on July 11th, with respect to Arman Tsarukyan, there's your #1 lightweight contender for Justin Gaethje. As I've said repeatedly, he's not coming back to cash a check. He's coming back with every intention of winning. Now, whether or not he's put in the requisite work to spring this upset, I don't know. but he's probably going to close in the same range odds-wise that Justin Gaethje did as an underdog against Ilia Topuria here against Max Holloway, right? As you saw late money come in on Justin Gaethje. But if Conor McGregor wins the fight, right? The bigger if is, can he make 155 pounds? And I would suggest to you, no, he cannot, nor would he sign on the dotted line.